Hello, and welcome to the first in what I hope to be a long weekly series of analysis videos across all weapons. Obviously, I'm more of an EPA expert than I am the other ones, but I want to give everybody a chance to shine. Today we're going to take a look at Muhammad Elsayed versus Ian Hauri because I found this bout really fascinating the first time I saw it. Hauri won mostly off pure technical excellence, keeping his feet in a great on-guard position the whole time, keeping his arm and tip in front of him, small blade actions, balanced steps. It was perfect. Before we start, I want to give a shout out to my new sponsor, fechtklingen.de. Use code ROBOTKLINGEN for blades, caliber wireless fencing, analysis videos from top fencers like Alexander Ehler, and more, and gloves and socks coming soon. We're going to start this in a minute into the first period, skipping just some non-combativity. So the things we're going to be looking at here are Hauri's feet, keeping this great, perfect on-guard stance, Hauri's arm, particularly his elbow sticking close to his body, and Hauri's tip, which will say active but generally focused on Elsayed, keeping both as a threat and a keep away tactic. Clean double there. If you remember, Elsayed loves to do big hops in and out, crazy blade work, wild body fans, all hoping to get some kind of an overreaction or commitment from his opponent, which he can then punish, whether it's them jumping out of position or thinking they can hit him when he jumps back for a counterattack. And it works really well for him. I'm not knocking it, but we're going to watch how Hauri really takes care of it with just pure technique and discipline and patience, not biting on any of that, which is also important. Another double there. Hauri going 6 this time, 6 attack, but just faster because of how his feet are moving, where it's 1-2. This really tiny advanced lunge, really tiny advance in the advanced lunge, really small stakes that go straight into a full extension for the attack. Look how close his feet got in that advanced lunge. This is such a great replay here. So it's advance, and here they're still in a great on guard, and this is all you need for an advanced lunge, but so many people bring their feet all the way forward. All it really does is make the attack slower. There's that big jump we talked about from Elsayed that he loves doing, that people keep biting on. Hauri does not react, does not overreact, does not break stance at all. Hauri taking a small two there, but keeping his elbow in tight. Great flick to the hand there. Which is a little bit of a threat considering, but really the way to defend against hand shots like that and hand preps like that is with your feet. And if you keep your feet set well, they're just not that much of a threat. It's much better than changing your on guard to deal with them. There's better things you can do with your blade than keep it out of the way all the time. Another big jump forward, nothing from Hauri. Keeps his feet together. Even when he jumps, he keeps his feet spread apart. Another attempted wrist shot from Elsayed, but nothing done. Really good action there from Hauri, just doesn't quite get it on. So that was a good thing to note here. Watch Elsayed go back and back and back. And now he's let's go back about 10 frames. Got all his weight back. And so he's got a shortened lunge and doesn't quite get it. His touch is a little bit iffy, but the ref awards it. Elsayed's got a 2-point lead. But Hauri's just sticking to his game plan, staying disciplined. Another big jump forward from Elsayed. Looking for commitment, looking for a commitment. Hauri stays balanced no matter how wide Elsayed gets. Easy touch there. So Elsayed just kind of stuck there at that point after the third kind of twitch forward. Hauri takes the blade, gets one back at the end of the first. Elsayed just giving up a lot of distance so he can push. Hauri just totally willing to take it and set up here. He's going to push forward just with his feet, where Elsayed is doing all this action to try to get touches. So this one was a really good action from Hauri. I want to go back 5, not 10. Oops. Staying close, staying balanced, and not overcommitting to anything till that last action. Here, still set. Elbows a little out, but tip forward. 1, 2, ready to take it. Unfortunate that Elsayed managed to block him out here. F goes and looks. This one was kind of iffy as well, but that's one iffy touch on either side, so it's fine. It doesn't really matter. Tip goes up, tip goes down, but elbow stays in about the same place, looking at Hauri's arm. There's that same flick that Elsa got a touch on earlier, but Hauri just pulls back because he's got the distance set right. And even there, great footwork from Hauri, that same advanced lunge we talked about. And even though it was a kind of a big action, big attempt to take here, his elbow stays in position even though his tip goes all the way off to the side, and that makes the riposte really, really fast. Elsayed just caught him sleeping there. Hauri was expecting another slow march down the strip. Elsayed went low high. He's a very, very twitchy, fast, explosive fencer. And if you're not ready for it, he's going to pick you apart. His style really maximizes his physical abilities, or at least emphasizes his physical abilities. So it's interesting to see Hauri shut this down so well. Another great one there where Hauri's just holding his commitment while threatening Elsayed until Elsayed feels like he has to do something. Great tight 2 there, where Hauri is back and back and back and back and back and back and back. Come on. There we go. So here, tight to his elbow's still tight to the body, taking the 4. Feet still great. So he's back and then immediately forward. That's elbow down, forward for the riposte. As opposed to if you take a big 2 out here, he's got to come all the way back like this. Much bigger action, much harder to hit, gives Elsayed a lot more time, and you can't give a guy like Elsayed any time at all. And same with the feet. If his feet aren't immediately set for the advance, then he's lost his window the same as if his arm is too big. Another double there going forward. So this advanced lunge that Hauri is doing is a safe action for him because it's always either a touch for him or a double. Elsayed can't get the counter early enough or low enough on Hauri's arm to single it out. So there's another body feint from Elsayed. Hauri does not do anything. There's that advanced lunge again. If you look at the difference between the two of them, Hauri goes advance, no, not yet. Advanced lunge. Look how Elsayed is retreating compared to how we saw Hauri retreat on the previous touch. Elsayed's going backwards. cannot possibly go forward from this position. He's hoping or expecting that Hauri will be a little bit slower, but Hauri's technique is so tight that that's just never happening. And so it's a double every time, and Elsayed really has no chance of having anything better because he's jumping back like that. Another weird wild jump back from Elsayed. Big body jumps. Big body jumps. Hauri stays balanced.
Elsayed, his motor's out of distance.
Perfect action there from Hauri. Perfect action. Elsayed's going to jump forward. You can see he relaxes and he jumps forward. And then he jumps backwards. And he jumps backwards the same way he's been jumping backwards this whole bout. The same way he's been jumping backwards his whole career. He's like this. Hauri is still balanced. So Hauri is not committed to his attack. Elsayed is committed to his retreat. His only option there is a counterattack, and really he does that all the time. Hauri knows it's coming, and he's still set enough, blade tight, feet ready, takes the parry, which is what you can see here, and then finishes the action going forward. So it's just excellent timing, well set up, attacking into that body feint forward, not waiting for it, but predicting it. And then just being ready for whatever comes in a balanced and just a balanced on guard, even though he's going forward. And then Hauri gets his own surprise attack off the line that Elsayed had before. And it's kind of a microcosm of the difference between the two in this bout, where Elsayed went low, high, and then flesh, and Hauri just went beat flesh, I think it was, or feint flesh, with just a much smoother, cleaner action for the same result. Now Elsayed's getting frustrated, he's starting to push. Hauri's not aggressive, but not passive either. He's searching for the blade, but it's very small blade actions. So there isn't an opportunity there for Elsayed to flesh forward like he wants.
Hauri would be perfectly content to just double his way into the gold medal match.
Another one there, same kind of deal. Advanced lunge, Hauri switches it up this time with a beat, but it's the same fast, tight blade work where his elbow stays in place and just his blade goes over. Double there. I'll say it again. Oh, missed it. Okay, I'll say it again. Caught kind of flat-footed here. And because his on guard is not quite as clean as Hauri's, he's standing up in his response. You know, his feet haven't moved. This is just what they look like. And so he can't go back to give himself more space from the attack, and he can't go forward. So he's got to counterattack. And this time he got a double out of it. But double doesn't help him. Double helps Hauri.
Hauri now 2 points away from that gold medal match.
We got medical timeout now. Something with Elsayed's foot, probably mild sprain, or I don't know. I have no idea.
2 away.
So pushing again, finally gets the single out. But even then, it was just barely his touch. First one who's really attacked into the advance of the advanced lunge. But that's such a tight window because it's such a small action that this is why it's the first time he's been able to do it. No, I think we just, no, we don't.
10 seconds now. We go to our
Yeah. All right.
second 1 minute break.
13:10, end of the second.
Bogota, Colombia. Spoil and Lima.
It's the same thing over and over and over again. Elsayed is jumping around.
Spoil and Lima.
Should watch this one in slow motion. Maybe it'll be a little bit easier. Elsayed's jumping. Hauri is set. Even though they're both doing blade actions, Elsayed's elbow is way out here. Hauri's is a little bit more contained. And so Elsayed counterattacks, but he's going backwards, and that gives Hauri extra time to take the second parry. That was a really good action too. The individual touches here are available on the database, fencingdatabase.com, if you want to see the individual ones. If you want to slow it down or pause it, right click has a video menu just like it does on every video in a browser. You can also right click save the video and watch it in your own player. Hauri's starting to push a little bit, but maintaining his on guard, even with the bigger steps. Gets the double one last time.
Do it. 15-11. And Ian Hauri.
All right, 15-11 on a pure technique bout. There's just, so on the one hand, so sum this bout up. On the one hand, Elsayed's game is all wrapped around psychological trickery, where he's making these big, obvious feints, body feints, openings from just out of distance that he wants you to bite on. And so, from a mental perspective, Hauri won that just by not biting on them, which is difficult and great discipline for Hauri. But then it became just a skill check. And Elsayed did not have the skill, once that one big weapon of the psychological baits has been taken away, there was just not much fencing left. It was all just a skill check. Can you handle somebody with this good technique who's just never committing until he's ready? And the answer was not really. All of the doubles were off Hauri's initiative, and you know, 7 doubles when Hauri had the lead and 1 single that Elsayed got on the advanced lunge. And so it's kind of it's a skill check, and it shows that Elsayed needs to up his game technically, be able to take smaller actions while having the same result. And really that's just a phenomenal way to deal with it, is just go back, rely on skill, and hold your position until the end. Thank you for tuning in. I'm hoping to do these weekly. If you have bouts you'd like me to analyze, post it in the comments. Once again, check out fechtklingen.de. That's fechtklingen.de. Code RobotKlingen for 5% off blades, wireless fencing, video analysis, socks and gloves coming soon. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.